The White House. It is the most famous home in the United States. To millions of people, it stands for democracy, freedom, and the power of the American presidency. It is the place where presidents have welcomed world leaders, signed historic laws, planned wars, and made decisions that changed the course of history. But that is only part of the story. Behind its bright white walls is a much darker past. This house has witnessed slavery, deadly fires, political scandals, assassination fears, and heartbreaking personal tragedies. It has seen presidents celebrate great victories and suffer crushing losses. Some walked through its halls with hope. Others carried the weight of impossible decisions that would shape the lives of millions. Every room has a story. Every hallway has witnessed moments the public was never meant to see. Millions of people visit the White House each year or see it on television. They admire its beauty and its history, but very few know about the forgotten events, hidden struggles, and shocking moments that almost changed America forever. The White House is more than a home. It is a silent witness to over 200 years of triumph, fear, sacrifice, and secrets. So how did this famous building become the heart of American power? And what dark history has been hidden behind its doors for generations? The answers are more surprising than most people realize. I'm Mark, and in this video, we're uncovering the complete hidden history of the White House, from its construction and forgotten tragedies to the secrets, scandals, and turning points that shaped America. Let's step inside. The story of the White House began with a bold idea. After winning independence, the young United States needed more than a government. It needed a permanent home for its president, a place that would represent the hopes of a new nation. A new capital was chosen along the Potomac River. It would become Washington, D.C., and at its center would stand the president's house. Construction began in 1792. The building was designed to inspire confidence and strength, but behind its grand vision was a painful truth that many people were never taught. Hundreds of enslaved African Americans helped build the White House. They quarried stone, cut timber, made bricks, and hauled heavy materials through long days of hard labor. Others worked as skilled craftsmen, helping shape the walls that still stand today. Yet they received little recognition, and many were never free to enjoy the country they helped build. As the years passed, the mansion slowly took shape. In 1800, President John Adams became the first president to move into the White House. But it was far from finished. Rooms were empty. Construction was still underway. Even as the nation's leader settled in, workers continued building around him. Then disaster struck. During the War of 1812, British troops marched into Washington. In August 1814, they set fire to the White House. Flames raced through the rooms. The roof collapsed. Priceless furniture, books, and decorations were destroyed. When the fire finally died, only parts of the thick stone walls remained standing. Many believed the president's house was lost forever, but the nation refused to let it disappear. The White House was rebuilt, stronger than before, becoming a powerful symbol that the United States could survive even its darkest moments. It had endured fire and destruction. But the greatest dangers were no longer coming from foreign armies. Soon, they would come from the people living and working inside its own walls. As the years passed, the White House became far more than the president's home. It became the heart of American government. Within its walls, presidents made decisions that shaped not only the United States, but the entire world. Declarations of war were signed, peace was negotiated, new laws changed the lives of millions. Every generation added another chapter to the building's growing history. Then America faced its greatest test. In 1861, the Civil War divided the nation. President Abraham Lincoln spent countless hours inside the White House, carrying the weight of a country on the edge of collapse. Day and night, he met with generals, read reports from the battlefield, and searched for a way to save the Union. When the war finally ended, people hoped peace had returned. Instead, tragedy struck. Only days after victory, Lincoln was assassinated. Grief swept across the nation. The White House, once filled with celebration, became a place of mourning. Thousands came to pay their respects as the president lay in state. It was one of the darkest moments in American history. But Lincoln's family was not the only one to suffer. Over the years, several presidents and first families faced heartbreaking personal losses while living in the White House. Children died from illness. First ladies battled poor health. Behind the public speeches and ceremonies were families living with fear, sorrow, and grief. As America's power grew, so did the dangers surrounding its president. Security became more important with every passing decade. After the assassinations of Presidents James Garfield and William McKinley, protection around the White House increased. The Secret Service took on a larger role in guarding the president, and the mansion slowly became one of the most secure buildings in the world. The building also witnessed moments that shook public trust. Political scandals reached the White House, reminding Americans that even the nation's highest office was not free from controversy. Confidence was tested, and the presidency itself came under intense public scrutiny. Then the world entered the Cold War. For decades, the fear of nuclear war hung over every decision made inside the White House. Beneath the famous mansion, secure bunkers and emergency command centers were prepared in case disaster struck. Plans existed for events that everyone hoped would never happen. The White House was no longer just a home. It had become the command center of a global superpower, a place where a single decision could affect millions of lives around the world. From the outside, it still looked calm and peaceful, but inside its walls, every crisis, every triumph, and every tragedy left another mark on its long and complicated history. More than 200 years after its doors first opened, the White House still stands at the center of American history. Every new president walks through the same halls. Every administration adds another chapter to its story. Around the world, its white columns have become a symbol of American leadership, recognized by millions of people. But the building is more than what the world sees on television. Its walls carry the weight of every choice made inside them. They have heard speeches that inspired nations, debates that shaped history, and quiet conversations that changed the course of the world. They have also witnessed fear, loss, and moments of deep uncertainty. The White House has survived fire. It was built with the labor of enslaved African Americans. It endured war. It became the stage for triumph and heartbreak alike. Generation after generation has left its mark on this remarkable house. Some presidents are remembered as heroes. Others remain surrounded by controversy, yet every one of them became part of the story written within these walls. That is why the White House is more than a beautiful building or a popular tourist attraction. It is a living witness to America's greatest hopes and its deepest contradictions. It reflects the country's highest ideals, but it also reminds us of its struggles, mistakes, and unfinished journey. To understand the White House is to understand the story of the United States itself, its achievements, its failures, and the difficult choices that helped shape the nation we know today. Its history is not hidden because it is unimportant. It is hidden because it is complicated, and perhaps that is what makes it one of the most fascinating buildings in the world. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden history of the White House, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and join us for more stories about the places, people, and events that changed our world.